Welcome to the decennial anniversary seminar of the Teachers Academy. It's probably the coolest seminar this spring with the coolest name, decennial. I kind of like that. So some of you had a slide, centennial. We got 90 years to still get that, but we're close, so at least 10 years. My name is Eric Carver. I coordinate the Teachers Academy. That's one of the tasks I have. And I'll also be hosting or facilitating or being a cruise captain for the journey today. I'll briefly talk about the seminar program, and then we'll move on with the speakers. We have many distinguished speakers today on this special occasion. So we have two parts for the seminar. The first part is called Reflections. So we're looking back to the impact that the Academy has had for 10 years. Our rector will talk about that. But also we'll have a look into the history, kind of the roots of why we have a Teachers Academy to begin with. Then we'll go into research done on the members. There's 2 surveys that have been done 5 years after the Academy was founded, and again this year, 10 years into that. And then we'll have 2 career stories or reflections, personal reflections on the impact that the membership has had on 2 people's careers. Then we'll have a break, and after the break, we'll go into the future portion of the seminar. So the Teachers Academy will publish its new vision and goals today. Exciting. And then we'll have a speaker from our cousin Teacher Academy from University of Oslo, Arnt Masa. We'll talk about how he sees what Teachers Academy should be doing to be relevant in the future. And then the final portion of the seminar is a panel where we'll discuss the kind of future of university teaching that we want to see. So that's our program. But we'll start by asking a dear friend of the Teachers Academy, Kai Nordlund, to open the seminar. Please have a hand when everybody comes in.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here and honor to be opening this. Actually, before I give my actual opening remarks, I might make a remark on the dress code. So just to clarify, I will go and change the tailcoat after this for the evening party. But yeah, it's indeed a pleasure to be here. This is a very important event in many ways. It is one of the key parts also of the celebratory year of teaching, Opettajuuden juhlavuosi, which our rector Sari announced in the beginning of the academic year. This has been a year where we have explored university teaching from many points of view. We had numerous events, and we'll still have several during this spring. But this together with the learning adventure, Oppimisseikkailu, we had a couple of months ago, I think, are the absolute highlights of this celebratory year of teaching. And this indeed is the major celebration we are having here today and tonight. And I'll just give a short reflection on the nature of the Teachers Academy. It has the name word academy in the name, and in Finland we do have many academies. We have 4 science academies, 2 for all of science and 2 for technical sciences. And these science academies bring together some of the most accomplished researchers in Finland, and they are working essentially on a voluntary basis and indeed bring together people interested in science and to discuss and promote high-level science. And I think this has a clear analogy to this Teachers Academy, where we bring together the best teachers we have at our university. And some of have to left to other universities, so we start to have some national reach already. And soon we will hear about an international friend doing a similar activity. So we are gathering here really the best teachers of our university to gather together, exchange experiences, and promote high-level university teaching, as the rest of today will show in an exemplary manner. The other aspect I'd like to bring is that these science academies are quite old. The oldest one was founded by Tsar Alexander there some almost 200 years ago, and this also gives a minor challenge, but also a very good outlook for this academy. You already heard that some people have mistaken this for a centennial. Well, it's not a centennial, it's a decennial celebration, but we can put a very good aim on looking forward to the centennial celebration. And we may not be there, but it maybe actually some of our students might actually be at the centennial celebration of this academy, and certainly their students. So keep this in mind. This is a very important activity which goes very far in the future. The future will definitely look different in 100 years from where, or 90 years from where we are now, but definitely high-level teaching for humans will still be the key part of our society. So with these brief opening words, I thank you, welcome you all, and look forward to the rest of today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Kai. We have two keynote speeches today for each part of the seminar, and I'm very happy to welcome our rector, Sari Lindblom, to give the keynote speech about the impact that the Teachers Academy has had on the university. Everybody here knows Sari, so I won't go very deeply into the introductions, but she's, of course, the former head of University Center for University Teaching and Learning, YPE, and also has been the president for early. So those are just the few things that she's done. But I think in this context, I think her career, she's been a champion for university pedagogy. So she's the best person, I think, to give the keynote today. So thank you, Sari.
Hyvät opetusakateemikot, ihanat kollegat ja ystävät, hyvät juhlavieraat, dear guests. I was thinking that maybe this is more like a rector's speech, but I'm going to stick to the title I was given because it feels that keynote is far in my past to give keynote. So I have actually really written it down and trying to go through the how I see as the rector now, the rector of the university, how I see the impact of the Teachers Academy when I look back the last 10 years. So as we all know, this academy was founded during Jukka Kola's term as Vice-Rector of the university, during the last term of his term as Vice-Rector before he became Rector of the university. And I know that many of the people present here had been actively going through the very, very long and thorough process when we founded the Teachers Academy. And I followed very closely what happened, but I was not among the core people, but you were there together with Jukka Kola. Unfortunately, maybe Erik will say something about Jukka later, but he could not participate in this seminar because of his duties as rector of the University of Turku, but he also through me, he sends all of you warm regards from the old capital of Finland. It has been crystal clear to me from the beginning when we started to design what kind of academy we want to found at our university. So the impact has been very clear to me from the beginning, even before it was founded. And of course, I could end here and say that the impact is great, but I still would like to go through some ideas which has been in my head since Teachers Academy were founded. To me, and at least to my knowledge, this academy, this Teachers Academy, is very different from any other teachers' academies in the world. And I try to explain why I think so. First of all, teachers apply themselves to the Teachers Academy. But at the same time, they have the full support from their faculties, from their colleagues, and also from their students. And at least when I was actively involved in the selection process of teachers to the academy, I think I always looked very closely, especially to how colleagues, students, and the faculty supported the applications. But this is different from many teachers' academies in the world, because very often they are nominated by bosses, by the rector or vice-rector, or by deans or your superiors. And this is very different from many other teachers' academies. And I think this is one of the key elements why there is so much impact of our teachers' academy, because this being supported by the university community, that builds credibility, impact, and also great value to the teachers' academy and teachers, Ope Akateemikot, teachers' academy members themselves. And the second very important aspect is that financial support is not only allocated to teachers' academy members, but it instead also to the closest communities of the selected teachers' academy members. I know, at least when I was involved during the very first year of Teachers Academy, there were a lot of discussions between the deans and the Teachers Academy members whether this community funding belonged to the faculties, and I know some cases that it was kind of adopted to the faculty level. But then later the rules were changed that they actually need to be the closest communities of the future academy members. And I think this is really, really important. So I think this is really support, not just for one person, but the close colleagues is really, really valuable. And I think this was a brilliant decision, one of the most brilliant decisions when this was founded. And we can see from the research, and probably doesn't come to in the stories later on, but we know that research which is carried out by Teachers Academy members and also by HYPE experts is that by underlining the importance of the community of the teachers of our university, that enhances inclusivity and the importance of the academy to the University of Helsinki. And then the third dimension and important element in the impact is, and was probably the most difficult for me because that was something that I initiated, it was that pedagogical experts, so HYPE community, our excellent pedagogical experts at the university, they became collaborators, but they could not apply to the Teachers Academy. And this, and of course, then HYPE coordinates, as now it's Erik's duty to coordinate the activities. So they were closely married together, but Teachers Academy or HYPE staff could never become Teachers Academy members. And this is important because otherwise it would have started to look, especially at the beginning, kind of network of exclusive network of pedagogical experts. And that would have probably decreased the impact of the whole Teachers Academy. But now instead it is a multidisciplinary network of our own teachers. But of course there is a high requirement that you have to be an expert of your own disciplinary field, and this needs to be combined with pedagogical competence. So it is a lot required to anybody who wants to apply to the academy. But it is really, I think, the know-how. By their own example, they promote high quality, or you academy members promote high quality university teaching in all faculties of the university. And then fourthly and finally, the impact of Teachers Academy on the enhancement of the quality of teaching has been, and it is still, as we will see later on, investigated by HYPE staff and academy members, and very often in collaboration, which I think it's really important as well. So this is absolutely important that our decisions concerning the future of teaching and learning or strategic decisions concerning towards what direction we want to develop our teaching and learning practices is informed by discipline-specific empirical evidence of factors both enhancing or impeding quality of teaching and learning. And maybe you have heard me saying this hundreds of times, but to me, this is the most important principle, bringing value and impact to the Teachers Academy of the University of Helsinki. So as Kai mentioned, this academic year we have celebrated anniversary year for teaching. And there are many reasons for this, but one important reason is our Teachers Academy and Academy members themselves. You as members have clearly raised the profile of university teachers by being role models of highly skilled teachers. And I think when we look towards the future, it is really important that you are examples to our future teachers. And of course, during this academic year, with the help of Kai and Susanna, you have also we have been thinking of what we want to become when we grow older, towards our 400 years, what kind of teaching and study practices we want to develop. And this is really important, as we have learned that how much situation has, because of COVID, changed during the last years. And maybe the corona pandemic was the last driving factor in terms of how much digital we want to become in the future. But it is really, really important to really sit down and think what we want to do, because we cannot go back how we were before COVID, but we cannot become a distant university or digital university. So it needs to be a combination of these two. But how in this this group, Hype and the Teachers Academy have a very important role in thinking of this. So we are truly facing something new, and we really cannot build future by looking back. So we need new teaching and learning methods. I don't yet know what they will be, but I'm sure there will be new ones, but we need to base them on research evidence. This is really, really important. And also, we need a lot of creativity, we need a lot of collaboration, and we need a lot of room for experiments. And all this we can do together with Teachers Academy, because you and Hype, both of you have an important role if we look at the whole university community, whole community of 40,000 people. You have already shown, both of you, that you are very well able to carry out transdisciplinary collaboration. You have a lot of experiences of how to develop new teaching and learning methods and how to support students to really help to further develop their own teaching and their learning practices. And maybe one thing of the Jubilee year I want to mention is the teaching philosophy, which is under reconstruction, so to say. I already said in my speech in our anniversary celebrations that digitalization has concretized what previously did not need to be emphasized, that an individual needs another one to learn and to develop. So the future of higher education is created together by researching, teaching, and thinking about what is possible and desirable. So there is, of course, no right way to teach or learn, but when we develop teaching and learning practices, we need to take individual needs into account, individual needs of both students and staff, and in this way we can also take care of well-being and hopefully also reduce workload and stress. During these 10 years, I have followed with pride and joy and pleasure how Academy members have become valued at the university. They are, or you are, valued by colleagues, by students, and also by leadership. And this, I think, is why so many of you have gained or taken very important positions in your own faculty. So many of you carry key roles, and being a member of Teachers Academy probably is one thing which has helped you in your leadership careers. So I want to congratulate all Teachers Academy members for your outstanding achievements, and I really wish a bright future of the Teachers Academy of the University of Helsinki, and hopefully for the centennial at least. So, thank you.